see him on Wednesday preparing for the Thursday Thanksgiving Day game. 1:53 left for Drew Brees. Brees. Pass is picked. Good night, but a flag on the play. If it's against the Washington Redskins, the game is still alive, and it is against Washington. Kendall Fuller.
Illegal hands to the face, number 29, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Kendall Fuller just called for illegal hands to the face, and he's the one that came away with an interception after that as he got the face mask of Brandon Coleman, and it wipes away what would have been essentially a game-ending interception.
Yeah, it's a good call. Clearly, he got his finger hooked, and it's what allowed him then to undercut that throw.
We welcome in a new audience. Heck of a game, as it turns out. Pass is caught underneath. That's Thomas. Makes a man miss. It's an 8-point game. Saints need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. That one good for 18 to Thomas.
Yeah, this one was too easy. There was nobody even near Thomas, and then you got to come up and you got to make a play, and you got to make a tackle and keep him in the field of play. Saints with no timeouts.
Thomas went right around Josh Norman and got out of bounds after getting a few extra yards.
Eagle, eagle, eagle. Good ball. Ready. Waiting. Set.
Down the middle. Pass caught. Ted Ginn. There's still a minute and a half left. There's plenty of time. 18 yards to Ginn.
Now Redskins play zone coverage in that middle of the field. There's just nobody covering the underneath and taking that throw away.
Blitz coming from the Redskins. Out to his right. Brees finds Fleener, the big tight end, out of bounds inside the 20.
How good is that by Drew Brees? Greg Minuski, he dials up some pressure and tries to make a play on Brees, and they come to his left side. Brees rolls out to his right, buys himself some time, and you get Ryan Kerrigan, who's caught in coverage on the tight end, and it's a mismatch. There's no chance.
Here's a previous play to Ted Ginn over the middle. 2 big plays. Brees with a season-high 367 yards.
Zach Brown, the linebacker, was completely lost in coverage on that one.
Brees. Kamara. Touchdown! After a juggle. Alvin Kamara, the rookie. Take a seat in the stands. Doesn't mean anything if the Saints don't convert on the 2-point try.
Well, that's some poor tackling by the Redskins defense. That last play, Kendall Fuller and DJ Swearinger are both there to at least make a play and keep them out of the end zone, and 2 guys completely whiff.
We welcome in a new audience. We'll try to get you up to date. Here's what just happened. Drew Brees, by the way, has gone 11 for 11 on the last 2 drives. Alvin Kamara made a juggling catch and walks into the end zone to make it a 2-point game. Play clock is running here, and Drew Brees and the Saints are about to attempt their first 2-point try of the year.
Well, that was awfully easy for Drew Brees and the Saints.
Toss to Kamara, looking for a block. Alvin Kamara ties it.
Give Josh Hill credit on this play. He split out, and D'Angelo Hall is aligned over him, and he's the one who makes the key block. D'Angelo Hall is the only one who's going to be able to make a play, and Josh Hill wraps onto him, and just nobody there. That's awfully impressive. For the Saints, these last 2 drives to do what they've done is awfully good. Drew Brees been amazing.
Well, he's been perfect the last 2 drives. Such a leader, celebrating with Chase Daniel as backup. The Redskins led by 15 points with under 3 minutes left. They led by 8. Had a 3rd and less than a yard and couldn't pick it up. And Drew Brees and the offense for the Saints, who have won 7 straight. They took over, got the 8 points to tie it. How about a recap? This one to Ryan Grant early in this second half. And then one to Jeremy Sprinkle, the rookie tight end. Looked like that was it. But then it was Josh Hill from 1 yard away. There's the stop on 3rd and less than 1. And Brees to Kamara for the touchdown, and Brees to Kamara for the 2-point conversion to tie this game. And now here are the Redskins from their 25.
There's still plenty of time, and the Redskins do have 1 timeout.
Pass is caught. Crowder across the 35, first down. Under a minute to go. The Redskins have given up the most points in the league in the final 2 minutes of each half, and it bites them again. Crowder again. And they may think about a timeout, and they will. They'll take it. Crowder got 10, and that's another first down. And they're not that far from Nick Rose, the young field goal kicker, in his range. They would need to get to about the 35. They're about 18 yards away from that at the moment to give Rose a chance to win it.
Yeah, and what happens is, as a defense, you're so concerned about giving up the big plays that there's a lot of those underneath throws that we've seen, those last 2 completions by Kirk Cousins. There's a lot of room underneath, and you can get some big yards, some key yards in these situations, even with time running out. Now there's 39 seconds. They've got time to still work the underneath stuff and get themselves at least in range to give Rose an opportunity.
If you're just joining us, Kirk Cousins has been brilliant in this game. Wide open Crowder. He is gonna hop out of bounds and inside field goal range of the Redskins in a blink. 19 yards to Jamison Crowder, who's made all 3 catches on the drive.
Yeah, Jamison Crowder, they brought a linebacker and they completely turned Crowder loose over the middle of the field. There's nobody there, and Kirk Cousins hangs in the pocket and he locates them, and they're in range.
It'd be a 52-yard try from here.
Cannot take a sack.
Show blitz, quick throw, not there. As Cousins and Crowder were not on the same page, and the Saints are screaming for an intentional grounding.
Yeah, Sean Payton.
And they're going to give it to him. That's a 10-second runoff.
Number 8, offense. 10-yard penalty, loss of down, second down.
I think it's a good call. There's nobody lined up out here. These guys are running slants. They bring pressure off the edge, you see it, and there's nobody around.
Yeah, and you have to go back and ask the question, was that a case where Cousins and Crowder weren't on the same page, or did Cousins see everybody in his face and just get rid of it, and in essence, he gets caught?
Yeah, and I think that
Due to the intentional grounding foul, inside of 2 minutes, we'll run 10 seconds. Please reset the clock to 18 seconds.
So they forgot to run the 10 seconds off. They will now, and only 18 seconds remain.
How costly is that? You lose yardage and you lose time.
It's 10 yards and 10 seconds that last play cost Washington. 2nd and 20. Let's say they need to get to the 35 to have a realistic shot. That's about 9 yards away.
And if this clock is running, they're going to have to hustle to kill it.
Clock is running, by the way. And down goes Cousins. knocked out by Vonn Bell, and we're going to overtime. Wow. And again, and now Morgan Moses and Cam Jordan get into it. But the Redskins mishandled the end of the first half. They had 3 big plays to Crowder to get into field goal range here. They get the intentional grounding, and then Bell just blasts Cousins to knock it out.
Yeah, and it looked to me like Cousins just did not see, obviously he didn't see the blitz, but should he have seen it? I don't think that someone busted protection. It looked like Vernon Davis was running into a route, and had Cousins have seen Bell coming off the slot, he's open. He would have been open for a completion and probably get them right back into field goal range and even get out of bounds. But Cousins does not see the blitz coming off his blind side.
The Redskins got the ball to the 34-yard line. Then, while they were in field goal range, Troy, they attempted to throw it and got the grounding call, and now the regulation ends with this play.
Now you see right there where Vernon Davis was going, and the blitz by Vonn Bell off the slot. And here we go.
We're going to play a 10-minute overtime period. Each team will have the opportunity to possess the ball unless we have a touchdown or a safety, or unless somebody keeps the ball the entire 10 minutes. Replay will be taken upstairs. Each team will have 2 timeouts, and we're going to time it like the 4th quarter. Washington, you're the visitors. You're going to call the coin. He's going to call tails. It is a tails. Washington won the toss and will take the ball.
Walt Coleman with a speedy version of the overtime rules. Make Evelyn Wood proud. Washington had a 1st and 10 at the Saints 34 with 31 seconds left. That intentional grounding call killed their chance to win it in regulation. OT coming up. Well, overtime now. Washington led this game by 15 points with under 3 minutes left. After the Saints tied it, 3 pass completions to Jamison Crowder, and the Redskins had 1st and 10 at the New Orleans 34 inside field goal range with 31 seconds left. Then took an intentional grounding, got a 10-second runoff, and then a sack. What a missed chance there at the end of regulation to win it, and now Washington starts this overtime with a football.
Well, there's going to be a lot of questions. You know, you run the ball there on 1st down and set up the field goal. You're in field goal range, and then clock it to get the field goal team onto the field. And that's a pretty bizarre play, whatever was supposed to happen on the intentional grounding. You know, whether Cousins was confused and the receivers were supposed to have done something different, or if he in fact was avoiding the sack. I think it was the right call. But how heartbreaking is it for the Redskins not to at least have given themselves a shot at a Nick Rose game winner?
Play action. Cousins, Davis with a drop. That combination's been so good all game. Kirk Cousins to Vernon Davis. That was there wide open, and Davis dropped it.
Good protection in the pocket, a good route by Davis, and you give up a lead the way that the Redskins did, and everything after that, you're in a tight game. You know it's one you should have won. It didn't end just very well at the end of regulation, and guys are pressing.
Extra men on the rush for the Saints. Down goes Cousins. Cam Jordan. A loss of 10, and this must feel like an avalanche coming at the Redskins.
That sure does, and nobody can change the tide. Cam Jordan is able to work over Brandon Sheriff. It's a great job by Cam Jordan just continuing to play. And now they're 3rd and long once again. And Cousins needs to be real smart with it here.
3rd down and 20. Cousins, Pirine, a drop. And now Drew Brees and the Saints offense will get it, and a field goal would win it.
Well, I don't think there's anybody at this stadium or anyone watching this game that thinks that the Redskins are going to slow down Drew Brees based on what we saw that allowed them to tie this game up.
He has not thrown an incompletion the last 2 times he's had it, as he's put up 15 unanswered points. Booming punt, and that's exactly what Washington needed. But some room for Lewis. Ducks 1 tackle and takes it out to the 39. 60-yard punt, 14-yard return. Good return by Lewis. And Drew Brees, before he goes out, to try and win this game and give the Saints their 8th straight win, gets a little.
I like that.
5 from a young fan on the sideline.
Hey, he's not feeling any stress. He's going to go give high fives and go back to work.
The Saints, one of 2 teams to start 0-2 and then go on to win 7 straight. The other team, the '93 Cowboys, your Cowboys, Troy, that won the Super Bowl.
Ready. You waiting? What's that?
Looking for their 8th straight. Ingram back into the mix. Brought down near the 41 by Swearinger. And the avalanche continues to roll down the mountain.
What a job here. And then Zach Line and Andrus Peat. He drives his guy right out of the hole. And Zach Line cleans it up, and Mark Ingram right in behind it. That's great execution, and we've been watching it from this team all year long.
The Saints are over 500 yards of offense. Will Lutz is thinking about what's to come. Mark Ingram now over 100 yards for his day.
Ready. You waiting? What's that?
In the I formation, a toss to Ingram. Gets a block. Hall can't bring him down. Down to the 10. Yards to Mark Ingram.
Teron Armstead, the left tackle, he comes out, he cleans it up, and Ingram on the edge. They're not going to waste any time. Sean Payton, they're going to go win the game.
The ball's at the 10. Ingram got him down there. And now a timeout is taken on the field. The Saints take it. And we're looking at a 28-yard game-winning field goal for Will Lutz, who is 6 for 6 between 20 and 29 yards for the year.
And if Will Lutz makes this, what a long plane ride that's going to be for Jay Gruden and the Washington Redskins, and for the Saints. Such an improbable win from where they were. They're able to keep their win streak alive, and they're the hottest team in the NFL.
This to win it. Will Lutz.